Welcome back. Back here again with my 1952 Caterpillar D2, and it's about time I get back on this project. There is a construction equipment show coming up in about 2 weeks, and I'd like to take this there, so let's get it ready.
Come here, guys. Come here, goobers.
Well, for starters, if we're going to take this off the farm, we really need it to start reliably. So we've got to get rid of this temporary fuel tank, and this carburetor needs cleaned as well. The last time I started it up, I had to run it on full choke, so it's got some crud in the carburetor. I'm not sure if I have to remove this whole carburetor or not. There's like an upper portion, and then there's like the bowl off to the side. The bowl I think should come off, but there is the main jet runs right through here, and it is connected to the bowl, and that's why this bowl won't come off. It's like seized in there, and it looks on the parts list, it looks very small. So I'm going to try to soak that and get that loose. And this thing's passed when the right side top roller got ripped off. Left a little bit of a mess down here with this fender. So let's see if I can straighten this out. Well, that's not anywhere near perfect, but man, it sure is a lot better than it was. Got this mostly straightened out. Be able to put a bolt back in there. Looks good. After some few days of soaking and some wiggling, got the jet to come loose. Some corrosion down in there, and I'll see if I can get that unscrewed. Or maybe it would be alright, maybe I can just blow that out. Got it cleaned up a little bit, so take it apart, see what the inside looks like. Not thrilled by this gasket, but I'm going to try to save what I can. Just clean it up a little bit. That's awesome. The gasket stayed on the top side. Looks like they got a cork float in them, so that explains why, you know, you're always told to make sure the fuel runs out. But not terrible looking, but definitely junky enough to cause us an issue. You can see where someone got frustrated and smacked this carburetor a few times in the past, and it's left indents on the inside, and it's nearly looks like it would leak. But you know, aluminum carburetor bowls, you gotta be careful with that. I still got this jet hanging out here. Try to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, as long as this is spraying fuel into here, should be good to go, and it is. Can hear people complaining right now about the rubber line. It's temporary unless it becomes permanent. Got this new tank. This one's plastic, so shouldn't have any issue rusting out. Okay, that's the setup. I don't like that really at all, but for now, until I make something better. I guess we'll give it a try. I like to see if I can get this thing started and see if that pony engine will run all right. This back sprocket on the right side has been, looks like it's working back and forth. These are supposed to be pressed on, and there's a good chance that this is kind of wallered out, but I'm going to take the holding plate off and try to tighten that thing down and minimize the damage it's doing. Oh yeah, that's like way loose. Well, that's much better than it was. And get these rest of this plate bolted back down. Get a couple of these bolts back in the hood. do something to get the noise away from me. Maybe that. This is something I've been needing to do. I gotta clean this box out. A lot of years worth of accumulated stuff in here. You know, like this is junk, but I guess I should probably sort it as I'm going here. Save what's good and what's junk. Got scrap and potentially good stuff. Some goodish stuff and a little less goodish stuff, and enough soil to grow a garden. But this thing must have been an ag tractor, because it's got enough plow bolts and carriage bolts and chain links that it had to be on a farm at some point. And it even has an SMV sign on it, so I'm guessing this thing originally was an ag crawler, because it's just not set up to be a standard dozer. You know, this is kind of an afterthought. Something I should have done earlier. Let's clean this up. Get this screen out of here and clean all this rust up, and there's some corrosion on this thing. So, especially before, I haven't put any fuel in it yet. Still got the old fuel, so get this cleaned up and fill her up. Got this all cleaned back up. You can see through it again. This tank is loose. Tighten these bolts up. These track frame bolts that I fixed last time, I'm going to check and make sure they're still tight. A little on them. Alright, got a little on a couple, but they're still pretty tight. Well, I pretty well got the list of have to do things done to this. There's of course many things that this machine still needs, but I've got enough done to take it to a show this weekend and have a little fun with it. So pretty much just got to load it up. There's one more thing I'd like to do. I'd like to put the seat cushion together a little bit. So, but I can get that after it's loaded. It's getting late in the day. I'd like to load it up and chain it down before it gets too dark out. I figured that would crawl right up there. I guess I was wrong. It's all tied down. It's I don't know, not super thrilled with how the front's tied down there, but I'm not seeing really a good way to hook it, so I don't know, drive easy and check it along the way. But truck's sitting all right, not even touching the helper spring, so I don't know, this is probably 10,000–11,000 pounds, but truck suspension handles it no problem. The old 6.2 diesel's a little anemic, but it'll get the job done. So this is what I have left of the original seat on that crawler. It was upholstered and stuff when I got it, but it is was full of mouse nests, and it was really disgusting. So I pulled everything apart and I kept the spring pack here. So I'm going to kind of patch this together enough to be comfortable. all these springs are just kind of held together with hog rings. So a few of them have rotted out, and I'm just gonna put a couple new ones in to keep them in place. Well, this is, this is fairly sharp and jagged, so I'd like to do something so it doesn't rip through the vinyl. I think that's not bad. That'll spread, that'll give you a little support. Wrap a little tape around the edges. Now, I went to get some brand new foam for this, but if you've seen what foam costs, you realize how this is an old mattress topper. Which is not ideal, but it'll work. It's a sure bit better than just those springs. I know that seems like a lot of foam, but it's not very dense, so I'm gonna squish it down and then staple it together. Make sure these staples are all seated. Well, my hope is that that's not the absolute worst upholstery job you've ever seen. I'd take second worst, but not worst, It's better than how I started. So that's it for prepping the D2 for the show. Gonna go ahead and end the video here, but this thing tomorrow morning is going to get sent out to Bowling Green, Ohio, and it's going to get the Historical Construction Society show there. That's this weekend, so we'll take it over there and maybe we'll get to have some fun with it. Hopefully it doesn't break down. I said, you know, I've kind of hit the basics of the machine, but it's far from perfect, and it's you know, it's an old machine. So appreciate y'all watching, and try to get some video of the construction show while I'm there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.